a dead shot helmet. I've been trying like 3 different methods. I got the putty here, which hardens up like crazy, and then I tried a new type of glue. I'm just trying glues to see what works best. I tried that. It's more of like a tile glue, and it's hard to sand because it doesn't like harden. It stays like a rubbery, it has like a weird rubbery feel to it. And you can see it still moves even after it's dry. So, I mean, it's all in here and here. So I don't know how long that will hold for. So I'm just going old school. I'm going with something that works. I'm going super glue. This is Gorilla Super Glue. Also with this, I couldn't get it to, I couldn't get my tape to stick. And so I had to literally sit here and hold these, like hold the bottom, hold everything until the glue is dried. It sucked. God, it sucked. Basically, I'm not going to show you too much of this. If you guys watch the other videos, it shows me gluing pieces together. Gluing pieces together doesn't take any work at all, so I think it's better if you just, you know, if you want to see how I glue stuff together, please refer to one of the other videos. Best gloves, these black oil gloves you can pick up from any auto store. Masking tape, 3M tape, any type of tape sticks to your glove. These black ones, for some reason they don't stick to quite like they stick to everything else, which sucks. I wish I should have printed the back first, because I'd have rather had all this experimental stuff on the back. Like my friend Mick Jagger once said, you can't always get what you want. If you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. So I didn't actually go through the entire gluing process and stuff here. I'm going to say this while I'm peeling this off so I can kind of save me some time. But I didn't show any of the printing footage or the gluing together stuff because I don't think it's quite necessary for this, except for, you know, once you've watched a couple videos of the parts where you glue, you kind of get it. And from here on out, I'm going to do everything the same way, because I've tried 100 different glues now. I've tried everything I could. I love it when it comes off in one take. And I've come to the conclusion that this is the best glue that you can use for 3D modeling. This will be in my top 10 things that I learned while building cosplay stuff. So if you're going to be gluing 3D stuff together, Gorilla Super Glue is the best. There's nothing better than this. Of course, the only thing that sucks is with super glue, it dries real fast to your hands, and sucks really bad when you get it on your hands. But that's why we've got gloves. I need. We talked in the last video about needing a shelf for my cosplay stuff. They have these for like $5. LED strips. Bought a couple packs of those. So I'm going to set this thing up and set some LEDs on it. I don't know if I have enough LEDs. I have another strip of these that I got lights off of not too long ago. So I put this wood filler, basically, well, spackle really, all over it. I'm trying this out. I used wood filler on the last one. It worked really well. This is plastic wood. I've used a version of this stuff before in a bottle. It's like a squishy bottle that was white. And I'm just trying something like this because there's a bigger thing of it. It cost about the same, and I'm hoping it lasts me a little bit longer. It's super easy. I mean, I'm using a 220 grit sandpaper all by hand. I mean, it comes off real easy. I want to try new stuff on every helmet that I do. Like I'm trying new glue on just about every helmet. I finally found, you know, the one glue I want to use, which is the Gorilla Super Glue. Now I want to find an exact body filler that's perfect, that's fast, And I'm planning on, once I get good enough at painting these, I'm going to recast all of these so I can repaint them better. As you get better, you want your stuff to obviously be better too. So I want to recast these once I learn how to mold, and we'll be doing that on this channel too. And I want to make sure that any imperfections and stuff in the recasting process and stuff like that are, that I have one particular wood filler to use, or something that I use to smooth areas out, or one particular glue, or one particular, what else do I use? Paints and things like that. So that is it sanded so far. I was mainly just focusing on this part up here. This is where the supports were for the two front parts, because it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 is how I printed it. And this was printed upside down to save time. And so there were some really big spots here. You can see this big circle there. That was like an indention. All these were indentions, and the supports were in, right here and right here, and then back here. So I wanted to get this smooth. Then I'll work on, once I get the bottom pieces put on, then I'll work on this part here. You can see where the other supports were. So this is kind of what it looked like. You can see these indentions right here, 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 and then the big 3D filament layers. So I got sick and tired of my electric Dremel dying after a very short period of time and having to recharge it, 15 minutes of work and recharge it for 2.5, 3 hours. It just sucks. So I've decided I'm cutting off the back here, and I ordered some, and I'm cutting it up here and all along the back here. I was going to leave that little lip in there, but I don't see it as necessary, especially since I'm going to put padding like the last one. Seems a lot faster. Got the back cut off. I'm going in with a power saw. seems like the easiest way to do because there's a lot of jagged edges from that Dremel and cutting. And you just kind of go in here with 60 grit sandpaper. You can use this like a belt saw. A lot of people with these 3D printed parts, they use like a belt sander, and they just kind of stick the pieces up and kind of rotate it around. Same difference with an electric sander. I don't like to use it around here because it just rips too much of the stuff that I put down off. But when it comes to taking off big chunks of plastic, this is the best way to do it. And the only thing that you've got to worry about is, like, I've got a piece right here where that's the only piece on here. But I use super glue, Gorilla super glue, and it's holding phenomenally. So I've had so much trouble with this helmet when it comes to the painting. I don't know what it is, but I mean, there were days that I even waited 24 hours, which is as long as you should have to wait. And then I'd put a second coat on, and it would do this whole bubbling up effect. And with the Kylo Ren helmet, that was actually a good thing, because I wanted that type of effect on it. But for this one, I didn't show you guys all of the BS that I had to do to this helmet. All the in-between, because I sanded this thing all the way down to the bone again, and then I seemingly had it painted, and painted really good. I was so pleased with it, and then suddenly I went to put the clear coat on it. I like to put a nice protective clear coat on my helmets. When I went to put the clear coat on it, it bubbled up, just like it had been doing when I added in extra coats and stuff. God, I hate this blue tape. It doesn't stick very well. I can't do this with the blue tape. I gotta use Scotch tape. I actually did this entire part right here already 3 times. And this sucks. This part of it, this sucks. And it takes so long to do that you don't really want to do it more than once. Had I done the other model that everybody else does, the really easy one, this side's not too hard, because all it is painting the inside part of the eye. It doesn't have this big thing that wraps around. But I wanted something different than what everybody else is doing. So I love these hair cutting scissors. They're super sharp, and you can tighten them here, and you can take them apart and sharpen each side and screw it back together. It's really awesome. It's one of my favorite things of all time. It's just basically when you're doing this part, if you ever decide to do this model, just take your time with it, because I'll admit the very first one that I did, the very first paint job I did, I didn't even include it in. I just did black and orange, and then I started thinking to myself, like, this is kind of a cheap way out. I can do better than that. Woo! Coming along, guys. Coming along. Yeah, I had to take this thing all the way down to the bone on each side twice. First time one side bubbled up, so I only took one side down to the bone. I should have just taken both sides down at that time, but I only took one side down all the way back down to the PLA. This is the style of paint that I'm using here. This is the black that I used, set in Premiere 1. This is the orange I used first, and it sucked. As soon as I added a second layer, crumpled up, even after waiting 24 hours. So, trying this.
I don't know what that was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta learn how to slide the chair.
So I figured out that this helmet is an Injustice 2, well maybe it's just an Injustice 1 helmet. And so I was looking at pictures from that. I'm going to cut this entire thing off just in case I need to use this at some point. This is actually pretty good. It's almost like a zipper but not. Just in case I have to use it with something else. You can see that this has a little thing there. So. But I found this thing at Walmart for 97 cents. I was actually going around. I found some Tupperware that had some clear tops to them. We looked for soda bottles that had clear red bottles. They don't make any bottles anymore. I thought the Mountain Dew red stuff was in a red bottle, but it's not. I looked for those first. They have Tupperware with a clear bottom and a red top. This is actually the darkest red that I could find of a clear plastic red. And so I just went ahead and got this, and I figured it's not a very big opening. The hole's not. That's the one thing I don't like about this mask, is the fact that it's not that open. I'm just going to cut a little piece out. All I'm going to do is put some gel. This gel right here doesn't run. You can put just a spot. I'm going to put a spot here. This spot is way too close. I'm just pushing it on, holding it down. I'm done with the base paint. I'm just going to weather it. And then when I get done weathering it, it's just going to be all about getting the magnets, heating the back piece to kind of fit into where it just slides in, because right now, since I cut it from the back, it's a real tight fit, and I don't want it to be a tight fit. I want to be able to put this on and then just snap the back on. So, metallic black and silver.
Won't let you down. Won't let you down. Won't let you down.
Some nice weathering. Really roughed up. I was going to try to mark it up more, but when I had it painted the first time, before the paint and everything messed up, I actually weathered it, and I went a little too far. And this mask is real easy to go too far on because it's bright orange, dark black. So it's kind of hard to do the transition thing. That's why I did the black and silver together, because the silver shows up on this side, black shows up on this side, and the silver shows up a little bit here and more here, but the black is a different color black, so it shows up a little. It just, they complement each other on this. So I'll put a few marks there and across the top there. This is a little mess up part of the paint. Figure maybe it looks like a bullet hit. Little kind of parts where the paint left little holes. Also got little marks where I was taking up the tape. You know, some marks there on the side. And that's it, there we are. Now I just gotta put a nice shine on it. You guys didn't see this part, but I went ahead and took the eye thing out and I just put it in with tape instead of super glue, because for some reason every time that I put it in with super glue, the super glue would kind of find its way to a visible part on here and just really fog up, so it'd be like red with fog. So if you're doing this mask and doing it this way, do not use super glue. It's, for some odd reason, the plastic really wanted to soak in that super glue and really wanted to let it travel throughout the whole piece of plastic, and it just looked like a big white nasty fog over it. It was crappy. So it's just a real thin piece of plastic, super thin, and so I just put tape on it. And I saved the piece of plastic, and if that ever gets messed up, I can just put a new one on. When I put the clear coat on, I can just untape it, tape it back in there. It actually makes it a little bit more convenient. So